Welcome to Bunnies TV, and I'm joined by a very special guest host, Abby Elzabadi. Welcome, mate.
Thanks, Mavo. Always good to see you, brother.
You too, mate. So, the big news is that this bloke's back. Have a look. He's back. Yeah. So, yes, Trell Mitt is back, baby. There he is there at training earlier on in the year. So he was back last week too, though, Abs, and was a late scratching.
It was an anticlimax, wasn't it?
I think we missed him against the Bronx too, didn't we?
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. He's just his talk out the back, Mavo. I watched that mic'd up, and he's always everywhere, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that Broncos game was very hard to watch, wasn't it? In the end they were too good, but we could have done with him back there at fullback.
For sure. Look, nothing against Blake Taff. I think he's great, but, Trell Mitt's a world-class fullback, and missing him and made it, Latrell Mitchell, it's hard to go by,
True. Okay, so let's have a look at the team. We'll bring it up, and I'll just go through it. Latrell Mitchell at the back. AJ and Tane on the wings. Zaya Tass and Stretchy, you can see him there with the Women in League jersey on, and that is, for those that missed the show the other day, that is a lady by the name of Maggie Maloney, and that's a mural that's been painted of her on a building in Redfern in James Street where she grew up. So dedicated to her this week. A little bit of background there. In the halves we've got Cody and Lockie. Jai Arrows starting at front row with Hame Sele, Cookie at hooker. Keon and Hosty in the back row. Cam Murray, captain and lock. Now the bench, Davey Mawale, Liver Havili, Jed Cartwright off a double in the New South Wales Cup the other day, and Big Thomas Burgess. Now the bench is Blake Taff's been left out, Shaq Mitchell, who had a blinder too the other day, Talis Duncan, Pete Mamazelis, who did play well also, and footy Dean Hawkins. What are your thoughts on that team, mate?
It's a team that we've got to put in this week, Mavo. It's a great team. I thought Jai Arrow had a massive game last week. He was putting in all game. I think they've just got to follow, the likes of Jai Arrow and Cody Walker and Latrell Mitchell. Strong side, no excuses. It's got to start this weekend. We're out of the 8 now, so got to get back in there.
So we've got the Tigers, 6 o'clock Friday night at Scully Park in Tamworth. They are running last, and they're in all sorts. But we can't take them lightly because they're going to be out there doing their best to give us a hard time and steal this 2 points off us. We really need to win most of the games on the run home now. Have to,
Mavo. We can't take them lightly. We saw what they did last week against, not last week, a couple of months ago now. I know it's against Penrith and a wet night, but that's something the Tigers can do.
They did. They got him in the wet there. I watched that.
They did.
Yeah,
they did. So we definitely can't take them lightly.
We've got some live chatters here, Abs, and I've just got the live chat here. We've got Karina Haza, who's a channel member, little icon next to her name. She says, "G'day to all." We've got Gina Louise in there that said hi to everyone. She said the sheriff is in town. Carol Benson, channel member. No excuses this week. Correct, Carol. We've also got David Gardner, all the way from NZ. He says hi and up the Rabbitohs. And the Den Music said, "Good afternoon, Mavo. Great to see you. Well, mate." Thank you very much. And we have got Abby Elzabadi here, former Rabbitoh. What years were that, mate? And who were you there at the Rabbitohs with?
2008 I started, Toyota Cup, first year of Toyota Cup. I remember that quite fondly, like it was yesterday. But I played with the likes of, Jason Clark, Adam Reynolds.
Yep.
Chris Sando, Luke Catewell, Eddie Pettyborn. There was a few big players back there, Mavo. I was just that bloke on the wing. And
Jace Clark, the botany boy, and now you're a botany boy.
I am. I'm around the corner. So
yeah. We're both sort of the walking wounded, and we work together at the Wharf, so we're good mates, and we've both got our own issues. And you wouldn't believe it, Aaron Gray's joined us, former Rabbitoh.
Here he is.
And he said, "Abby, what a man." And you were just saying you're going to give his brother a rap.
Mate, I was saying that.
We'll give it to him now then.
Give it to him now. Mavo, this young bloke, I saw him play last year
Mm.
against for the Crookwell Devils, actually, a countryside out there. Grand final, he scored the winning try to put him in front and win the grand final. My brother got sent off. I won't talk about that too much, but he nearly cost him the grand final.
Yeah, right.
Mate, I've been following him this year, and he's just one of those players that, you know, I remember giving Jason Clark a rap where I said he's one of those players that you want to play with week in, week out.
Mm.
Brock Ray's another one of them, mate.
Right.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he gets a pre-season and you know, he's an outstanding player.
Yeah, well, I have noticed that he's scored a few tries and he's been one of the best players on the field.
Week in, week out.
Week in, week out, yeah. So Michael Tasker's joined us, channel member. He said, "Hi, boys, we really need to win this weekend just for our confidence." That's right, Mick. We definitely do. And I'm not sure if you're going up there with Josh to Tamworth. You've been to all these other ones, so I reckon you would. So we'll just get back to the team. But, yeah, welcome to Aaron. And you did mention your brother. He was at the Rabbitohs too.
That's my older brother, but Rabbi, I just noticed he's on there too.
Oh, okay. Right.
He was at the Crookwell Devils last year. Him, Aaron Gray and Brockway went over there, and their old man was the coach.
Right.
So they had a year there. That made me want to come back and play Mavo, and then I noticed there's no way I can do it. I left that out.
Yeah, well, maybe a bit of Oztag or something. But
not even that.
We're joined by Ned Kelly. Hello, legend. Welcome to all our live chatters. And does anyone know why Tyrone isn't playing? So someone asked that, is he still out? Now, we've just got the pathways here. We're going to have a look at it in a minute.
I think he is, Mavo. I think he's injured himself.
He's injured.
I could be wrong.
I heard it was a lower leg injury.
Yeah.
And just looking at the pathways teams, he is not named. So, unfortunately, he's going to spend another week on the sidelines, and Tane will take his place. But Tane will do a good job out there. So, we will just move on now to... It is Women in League round, and the Rabbitohs don't have an NRLW team. So, hopefully, that'll change soon. But this year, Women in League round will occur for the first time in the NRL and the NRLW seasons. So, that's a first. We do have a women's premiership team, but that comp has finished now. Now, while I remember it, we have got merchandise. You see us with our Bunnies TV shirts here. And this is my daughter, Demi, wearing the hoodie. That's what's on the back. Now, there's a link to buy those in the description of this video. Thank you to Demi for doing that for us. And the T-shirt's coming up. That's it there. So help us out here on Bunnies TV and buy some merchandise.
Comfy fit, Mavo. Very comfy.
Yeah, they are. They're good quality.
Yep.
Very well done. So, Women in League represents all women and girls, not just the players, and whether they either play, volunteer, coach, manage, or support the game. Now, one girl that I speak to her dad quite often is Kate Fallon. She just represented the under-19s New South Wales Blues team. But let me just bring up my Women in League pick that I made for this. So there's some of my favourites there. We've got Michelle and Nola Cheney, who rarely miss a game in the borough. There's also Bridget and Samantha Weiss, who are super fans. Donna Smith, the mother of young Rabbitoh Bailey, does a super job managing our Pathways program. We've got reporters like Emma Lawrence and Danica Mason. We've got Rabbitoh's amazing staff members like Talia, Karen, Jess, Bronte, Claudia, Tyler, Sharon, Lauren and Michaela, to name just a few. There's a couple of them in that graphic. We've got channel members like Karina Hazer and Beck Eakin, who are wonderful ladies. We've got Donna South Sydney Till I Die, who supports the club up there in Queensland. My niece, Emma Maven, that's her in the bottom right there. She's up in Queensland too and has been creating content for Bunnies TV. And breaking news, the Den Music has just given us $5 in the chat. You see that there, Abs? It stands out for that. So that's beautiful work, Den. Show your appreciation for the channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've got my wife, Samantha, who has been married to me for 29 years, and my wonderful daughters, Jasmine, who just had a birthday the other day, and Demi, who you just saw, who make me proud every day. I still miss my mum, Viv, who was always taking me to the footy and never missed a game I played. So celebrate and love the women in your life. They are the best. And Abs, tell us about the women in your life.
100%, Mavo. I still remember the days where my mum, my sister would go to every single game of ours, and not until I think I turned about 16, and my mum actually had to stop going to the games. She'd panic and have the panic attacks and hate seeing me injured. But mate, from the days, I think what the NRL are doing with this round is a round that needs to be recognised, and it's great. I've got a woman in leagues South jersey at home, and yeah, it's good to see the women, presenters and the sideline commentators coming in. But yeah, mostly, mate, it's my mum and my sister and my niece now too. They've been there through every step of my life, and now my wife, and yeah, it's good initiative.
You're recently married, and you've got a little family now. You got a little son,
a little boy. He just turned 1 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
one of the proudest, happiest days of my life, and he's a little cheeky boy, but hopefully one day he's running around the red and green.
Well, you and your brothers all did, and we might get him starting out the Botany Rams there at Borley Park.
Yeah, walking distance.
Only a couple of years away from that.
I'll take the footy over there and,
there you go.
Rubber over to him.
So, yeah, the women's game has come a long way. You've all seen it. When we were young, there was no girls' teams. They didn't really play, and now there's a real pathway for women in this game, starting with the junior sides, and eventually, hopefully, all the NRL clubs have got one, including the Rabbitohs. But, yeah, Den Music said it's the best channel on YouTube. Thank you very much, the Den. So I'll just show you the Maggie Maloney stretch. So there's one of the photos that the Rabbitohs put out. That's the jersey. So you've got Maggie Maloney next to the MG in full flight. She scored 4 tries in a game back in the late 20s. And in the second half, the crowd were chanting, "Maggie, Maggie." She was a mad Rabbitoh. Her brother played for the Rabbitohs, and they were calling her South Maloney. She was that mad on the club. So she deserves all the honours. You can see the mural at the back there. It's on the back of the Vinnies at Redfern in James Street, if anyone knows the area. But there's been calls to call the women's medal the Maggie M medal, and that rolls off the tongue quite nicely, so I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, so I'll just mention our sponsor here, Darryl Lee, the Super Soft Batch 37. There it is there. They focus on quality ingredients. There's loads of good stuff in the black stuff. I've just knocked Trell Mid over there. So welcome back, mate. There he is. Trell, and you got...
there he is.
You got the captain there, Cam Murray. He's a great captain of this club, and he's got a big future. He'll be a long captain at this club for many years to come.
For sure, mate. He's definitely a player that also wears his heart on the sleeve, so it's great. Yeah. Great to have a captain like that.
And David Gardner said, "Good to see you looking well after being in hospital." Thank you, mate. Yeah, so if anyone who doesn't know, I have had a partial knee replacement. I went and saw the doctor today, and he said, "You're going good. The swelling's gone down. I'm up and about."
You are looking good, Mavo.
I'll be back. Thank you.
Good. Good to have you back on both feet, mate.
Thank you. I was a bit off my game the last few weeks, like the audio was off and all that, and I was, a bit off the mark, but we're back, baby, and I've got a guest host here. Glad you've dropped in, mate.
You never left, mate. You're always here.
Thank you. Now, we have got other sponsors as well, and I'm just going to bring up this Site Pizza. Thank you to Dallas. It's him sitting at the back there, and he won the Site Pizza prize, and I asked the people that go to Site Pizza Maroubra to please take a photo. Now, look at the photo he's taken. The boys have been to some sort of training. I think it's soccer or could be footy. I don't know. But they've got 5 huge pizzas there, and Dallas just said they were beautiful, the pizzas. You can see the quality there. So we're giving away $100 worth of pizza every week at Site Pizza.
How good's that, mate?
Yeah, and all you got to do is
like and
comment on Instagram and Facebook.
It's as easy as that.
Easy as that. And we'll try and share it around to as many people as we can on Bunnies TV. So we're also brought to you by, as I said, Darryl Lee, the Juniors Group of Clubs, NG Farah, Barnaby Water, Premium Structured Water. You're watching this on our Canon camcorder, courtesy of George's Cameras, Dot Build Constructions, Blast Pit, and like I said, Site Pizza. We'll have a look at the pathways, Abby, and they play at midday out there at Lidcombe Oval. Now, I'm not sure if the New South Wales Rugby League is going to stream any of it. Let's have a look. So we'll bring up the draw, and at this stage, it's on New South Wales Rugby League TV. There you go. Breaking news. You have a look at the draw that says it there, New South Wales Rugby League TV, 2 o'clock. That's the Rabbitohs New South Wales Cup versus the Magpies. Rabbitohs are 7th. The Magpies are 10th. And I'll just bring up the flag. Now, hopefully, you think they do the flag soon as they're there. And let's have a look. And they're not.
So player to watch in that New South Wales Rugby League team, Mavo.
Yes.
Brock Gray.
Brock Gray.
Watch for him coming
There
off
he
the
is.
bench and the big number 16.
Yeah, so that's our reserve grade. It's called the Knock-On Effect New South Wales Cup. Blake Taft's been named at the back. So if he doesn't get kept as 18th man, if he goes up to this is on Sunday, isn't it? So he could well be the 18th man and then come back and suit it up for this game because it's on Sunday. Isaac Tutupo Thompson makes his return on the wing.
He's back.
It's good news.
Good big body there, back. Get some K's in the legs.
Yeah, and thank you to Milo who shot some footage and did some commentary. Did well for Bunnies TV, took some photos out there last week at Redfern, and he reported that side played very well. You could see the first-grade quality in the side. Now, look at that pack. DSF, Daniel Saluka-Fafita, Pete Mamazelis, Shaq Mitchell, Benjamin Lovett, Ethan O'Neill and Tallis Duncan. So that's a first-grade standard pack. And like I said, on the bench, Shannon Gardner, Matt French, who scored a try, Brock Gray, and the timeless, ageless Gillian Gordon. What a warrior. And he's still going good too. So he's not getting a start in that team just for the sake of it. He can still play, and he's a quality player. He's
a quality bloke too, mate. He's still doing some work. He's working South Cares, and
yes.
He's a good community dude, that bloke. Yeah,
he is. They do a great job, South Cares. If you've got one charity you want to support, make it South Cares. Alicia and Buddy and the team there, Reese Wesser, they do such a great job. They look after so many kids in this community that need it. You know, they help the right people, and
they do.
So please support South Cares. And the flag, now they just can't seem to get it going. They had a slow start the other day, and they've got plenty of talent in the ranks, and they scored a few tries at the end, but couldn't get it done. I can see the Botany boy, Aaron Macy, there on the wing. Ethan Ferguson is in the centres. Jai Gray had a good game the other day. If anyone who saw the highlights, he's
good on his feet, isn't he?
He's good on his feet. He's got great hands, and look for that kid to progress through the grades. Brent Hawkins as well. That's the brother of Footy Dean. So we've got Hawkins at number 7 in both grades. It's a strong forward pack too. Jackson Rami, Romano Cook, Isaiah Valelo, Louis Grosmy, Jimmy Kokonos, and Liam LeBlanc, another star on the rise, tough as they come, young Liam. On the bench, we've got TJ Herring, Charles Vucker, Cruz Tweedy, and Dranza Howard Terry. Apologies if I'm saying that wrong, mate. Okay, so we'll go back to the screen. Thank you to everyone who's been live chatting. Thank you to you, Abs.
Thank you, Mavo. Always good to be with you, mate. Good to see you up and about.
Yep. You're welcome here anytime, mate. It's good to have a 5'8" every now and then and a different opinion on the team. So before we go, I suppose we'll just have a quick chat about the Tigers game. So, you know, what can we expect from them on Friday at 6 o'clock?
I think they're going to come firing up, Mavo. I think Uppy Carousel just signed for an extra 2 years, but I think they're going to bring it to the South boys defensively and try and rattle them up in the middle. I just think South have just got to stick to the processes and not stress and not try and hold on to that footy and mate, we'll get the 2 points if we do that.
It is a strong lineup, and when you add Latrell in there, surely we've got too much firepower. When you look at your Cody Walkers, Stretch Campbell-Graham in the centres, you've got blokes like Keon and Cam in the forwards, and Jai. Jai was super last week.
He was massive last week.
AJ, who is third all time on his own, looking to score more, looking to overtake Billy Slater. But we just need to play better, I think, Abs. We've just got to hold the ball and, we say it all the time, complete your sets, hold the ball. It's easier said than done, but you've just got to do it. You've got to go out there and play the type of footy that had us leading the comp early in the season and defend well.
Yep. Yeah, well, we got to remember, Mavo, Latrell Mitchell's been out for, 11 weeks or something. So having him come back will open Cody Walker up, give him more time out the back.
True.
So, mate, I can't wait. I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring game by South.
Let's hope.
And we're gonna keep Tigers. We'll give them one try.
Maybe. Yeah. Keep
them one try.
Yeah, keep them to nil. So 13 plus from Abby, 13 plus from me. Thanks for joining us on Bunnies TV, live and free around Australia and across the globe, across Australia and around the globe.